Hey, Josh.
Welcome everybody to Intensity Broadcasting. My name is Josh Hall. I do apologize for the quietness here. We just have a little technical issue at my house. We're gonna have the stream running though, so you can see what's going on as we get things going here on Intensity. So we'll be with you in just a few. Again, thank you everybody for the, there was no play-by-play. I apologize. I had a emergency at my house, and we just threw the stream up here to get it going for you guys. But we're here, and third caution of the race here. We'll pull up our wreckage rewind to see what happened here in this most recent caution, and we can go back and take a look at exactly what happened on the previous incidents as well. So this is the most recent incident here. Looks like it starts with the 2 of Ricky Montgomery. And, gets into Daniel Wilkerson. The 2 of them go spin. Wilkerson goes down to the inside, and then the 96 collects the 2 of Ricky Montgomery. That brought out our most recent caution. Let's take a look at what else has gone on in the race so far. Taking a look through the field here, our second caution of the race involved Matthew Escala here. See him working around the 71. And he catches, the 99 of Mike Hayes gets involved in that one as well. That was your second caution of the race. See if we can find your first caution here. Let's see if we can find the first caution of the race here. I don't exactly see what brought out the first caution here, so we're going to go back live where we see Jonathan Jennings giving up the lead, coming down pit road. While we're under caution, let's take a look at our points coming into tonight. I apologize. I can't pull the points up on the screen right now. I apologize for that, but I can let you know verbally what it looked like. Jonathan Jennings, currently your leader. Second place is Justin McMahon, who is behind by just 17 points. Jeremiah Stutzman sits back 40 points behind your leader. Then Kevin Thompson and Kevin O'Powell back your top 5. O'Powell 54 back. So there's your top 5. We see your chase drivers up at the top of the screen. Jeremiah Stutzman's going to start here in the top spot. He's going to choose the inside. Kevin Powell to the outside. Then Steve Gerber, Ricky Hudges back in row number 2. Tyler Millette and Jason Miz back in row number 3. Mike Leftwich, Adam Gardner, row 4. And Chris Leftwich and Jeffrey Wimmer will be in row number 5. And we just missed our halfway sponsor there. So our midway stage sponsor, of course, is brought to you by Tiffany Leftwich. We appreciate her coming on here. From wax and warmers to oils and soaks, Pink Zebra has you covered. To place an order, visit the halfway sponsor Tiffany Leftwich's page at pinkzebrahome.com/sprinklebutterflies or click the link below. Pace car is getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn down onto pit road. And the green flag is back in the air, and a big jump for Stutzman. Here comes the 8 of Steve Gerber with the jump there from the low lane. He's going to jump up to the high side of Jeremiah as he comes through turns 1 and 2, and he's going to take the lead away up on the high side. Here comes Powell to follow him through as we see Stutzman has got a lot of damage to the right side of that truck. Falling backwards as the 55 Ricky Hudges takes a look to the high side. Here comes Tyler Millette. Also up there is the 71 is just falling backwards. Now Kevin Powell taking a look down to the inside here as they race down into turn 1 and 2. Powell with that advantage on the inside. He's going to clear the 8 of Steve Gerber off of turn number 2 and take over the lead here at Rockingham, just behind Tyler Millette and the 55 Ricky Hudges side by side for the third spot. A little tight battle there. You see Jason Miz right behind trying to find his way up towards the front as Steve Gerber thought about making a charge back on the high side but was not able to get the run. Now he's going to get a good run here down the backstretch towards turn number 3. But just not quite close enough to make anything happen. A little further back, we see Adam Gardner getting passed by Jonathan Jennings. We know Jennings just hit pit road, and oh, caution back out on the racetrack. That's going to bring up another wreckage rewind as we take a look to see what brought this one out. It looks like it started back here with Michael Lester Sr. Gets a little loose, stays off the 73, collects Justin McMahon. McMahon right reared back up the track. We'll see what happened to McMahon here. So Lester just pushed up the track, caught the 20, sends him back across the track, and oh, the 5 gets caught up in that one as well. That was Kenny Heath involved as well, so tough break for Justin McMahon, who was just an innocent bystander there. We see one truck getting the wave around. That looked like the 96 machine. Excuse me, the 36 machine getting waved around, get himself back onto the lead lap. That is, of course, Christopher Berger. And again, I do apologize for the lack of commentary for the first half of the race. Again, had a little bit of an emergency here at my house and had to get that taken care of. But I wanted to keep the racing action available for you guys so you can watch. And of course, we appreciate you tuning in here on Intensity Broadcast. Of course, we want to thank our great partners here with the Doghouse Racing League, including Shoney's. Of course, the Doghouse Tuesday Night Doghouse Racing League is proud to be sponsored by Shoney's. Shoney's is open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stop by one of their West Virginia locations, try their freshly prepared legendary breakfast bar, or take home a whole strawberry pie. Shoney's, delicious food and friendly service since 1947. Of course, those whole strawberry pies are great for family or office gatherings, holidays, picnics, and any celebration you'd like to make just a little bit sweeter. Of course, we want to thank our great partners here at Intensity Broadcasting as well, including Race EPI for all your iRacing setups and coaching needs. Visit raceepi.com. Check out our web store at intensitybroadcasting.com for all your hats, t-shirts, coffee mugs, mouse pads, all your Intensity gear, as well as Atlee Atman and Weese's racing gear. We've got some novelty t-shirts there as well. So you can check it all out at intensitybroadcasting.com. And of course, our great partner, the Butt Kicker. Butt Kicker is an established and trusted leader in gaming haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker products lets users feel ultra-low frequency sounds. Their products are used and endorsed around the world by leading PC and console gamers, including professional sim racers. Patented design makes them incredibly accurate, powerful, and virtually indestructible. The Gamer Plus is the new and upgraded sim racing haptic that reproduces immersive, accurate, and powerful sim racing, flight sim, and gaming effects. To find out which one is right for you, visit thebuttkicker.com. Of course, all of our partners are located down in the description, including Tiffany Leftwich, our halfway sponsor, and Race EPI, intensitybroadcasting.com, the Butt Kicker. Of course, as always, we have it on the screen and in the description, our Adam Strong logo. Well, we're getting ready to go back green flag racing. Kevin Powell, Steve Gerber on row 1. Ricky Hudges, Tyler Millette back in row number 2. Jason Miz, Mike Leftwich back in row number 3. Pace car is getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn. Back down onto pit road. Powell's going to lead him back down to the restart zone. Green flag is in the air. Good jump for Powell. And here comes Ricky Hudges down on that low side, trying to make something happen down there, get around Steve Gerber. Gerber's going to fight back hard on the high side. And another great jump for the leader as you see Kevin Powell just taking off. A little further back, though, we know Jonathan Jennings did come down pit road. He has fresh tires on that machine. We'll see how much that helps him out. Currently sits back in the 10th position. He's in this gaggle of cars. Right behind him, you see Christopher Simon and Jeremiah Stutzman. Oh, Stutzman gets loose into the corner, able to hold on to it. Gets collected by Justin McMahon, but they're able to hold on to it. Chuck Cobb runs right around the outside. No cautions. Everybody was able to keep it going straight. And here's Miz looking to the outside of Leftwich. Leftwich is going to have to tuck back in line behind Miz, and Adam Gardner coming back into the mix as we have 25 laps to go. And Jennings now gets around the 73 of Jeffrey Wimmer, moves him up into the 9th spot. He's going to go after the 13 of Chris Leftwich. A little further up, Tyler Millette. As Jason Miz looking up to the high side, Miz is going to tuck back in line, and Millette's going to hold on to that 4th spot. Here comes Miz, though, back to the inside with the crossover, and he's going to take that 4th spot away. Not so fast as Millette fires back up on the high side. But now Miz is going to clear the 94 machine. Here comes Mike Leftwich to the inside of Millette, trying to take that 5th spot away. And Adam Gardner waiting in the wings. Back up front, Kevin Powell pulling away from Steve Gerber. He's got a 7/10 of a second lead over your second place runner. Ricky Hudges sits back in the 3rd spot in that country time machine, and Tyler Millette and Mike Leftwich continue to do battle for this 5th spot. Leftwich drives in hard, pushes up the track, almost collects Millette. Both drivers able to keep it going as Adam Gardner now in the mix here. As Gardner's looking up to the high side of Leftwich. Just behind Chris Leftwich in that 13 machine, and then we see Jonathan Jennings making his way back up into the mix here as he's got those fresh tires, trying to get himself back up here to get the win here at Rockingham. Gerber to the outside of Chris Leftwich. He's going to take that spot away. And, ooh, Wimmer really loose there on right behind the 13 of Chris Leftwich. You see a little bit of damage to the side of that 13 machine, but don't look like it's slowing him down too much. So he's able to keep rolling, currently up in the top 10. Don't look now, but Steve Gerber is starting to chew into Kevin Powell's lead. Lap after lap. We have just 19 laps to go. He's already taken a 10th off of that lead. Let's take a look at the lap history. You see just a little bit faster. When Gerber's a little bit faster, he's quite a bit faster, as we just saw smoke there. Looks like one car may have caught the inside wall. Like Kenny Heath might have some issues. Let's take a look here at the replay. Trying to make his way down onto pit road, and maybe it wasn't the 5 having issues here. Take another. Oh, there it is right there. So there's Kenny Heath having some issues on pit road there. And we have 16 laps to go. Christopher Simon, Justin McMahon working around the 71 of Stutzman. Move Simon up into the 10th spot. And Jonathan Jennings just passing Mike Leftwich to take over that 6th position. He's setting his sights on the 94 of Tyler Millette. Steve Gerber's lost quite a bit of time now to Kevin Powell. That gap is now 1.3 seconds. So Gerber just trying to hold on to that second spot. There's a battle shaping up on track here. We see Jeffrey Wimmer, Christopher Simon, Justin McMahon, Stutzman, and we see the 96 of Jackson Lomax right here in the mix as well. So 5 trucks under a blanket with 13 laps to go. Trying to make it, McMahon almost made it 3 wide for a second coming off of turn number 4. Thought better of it. And now here goes Jennings up into the 5th spot around Millette. So great battles all over the racetrack right now as we see this battle continuing as Simon working the high side trying to get around the 73 of Wimmer, and he will clear that 73 machine. Now Christopher Simon up into the top 10 with Jeremiah Stutzman trying to be his next victim here is Jackson Lomax looking down to the inside of Justin McMahon. You see Mike Leftwich trying to run down Tyler Millette. He's got Adam Gardner right there as well as these 3 drivers doing battle here on track with just 11 laps to go. Now McMahon to the inside of Wimmer. They're side by side. Battle for the 11th spot. McMahon's going to take that position away. Even with that heavily damaged truck, he's continuing to roll forward. Now Jackson Lomax taking a look down underneath Wimmer, trying to take that position away. And up just in front, we see Adam Gardner working around the 60 of Mike Leftwich. So move Adam Gardner up into the 7th position. And the 55 of Ricky Hudges is chasing down Steve Gerber. The interval between them is 1.3 seconds. 2.5 seconds, though, from Steve Gerber to Kevin Powell. So without a caution here, it looks like Gerber is going to be battling for this 2nd position. Hudges is trying to run down that 8 machine to take over that runner-up position. See, last couple laps, Gerber's been, well, Hudges was a little bit quicker there. This time by, Gerber's picking the pace back up, so see how this plays out here at the end as we have 7 laps to go, and this battle continuing on track between Christopher Simon and Justin McMahon. McMahon now fighting for that 10th spot. Get himself a top 10 here tonight. He's working the back bumper of Jeremiah Stutzman. Christopher Simon's fallen back to the 11th spot. Yeah, another battle heating up here as Tyler Millette has Adam Gardner right all over the back bumper. Great view off the back of the 94 machine. As we have just 5 laps to go. Oh, McMahon gets into the back of the 71. Not enough to upset him, and here comes Mike Leftwich almost clearing himself with Christopher Simon. Simon wisely backs out. Now he's going to fight back to the high side as it looks like Leftwich is having a little bit of trouble here in the late goings. Like that right front is really beat up on that 60 machine, and he's not able to do what he needs to do. As now here comes Jennings to the inside of Ricky Hudges trying to get himself up onto the podium. To the inside, again, that 91 on fresh tire, you're seeing what they're able to do is he's able to drive his way through the field and put himself up into the 3rd position. And oh, Hudges catches the wall just a little bit. That's going to allow the 91 to clear the 55 and move solidly up into the final podium spot. 2 laps to go here for Kevin Powell, as he has almost a 3-second lead over second place Steve Gerber. Jonathan Jennings back in the 3rd spot. Doesn't look like he's going to have enough time to run down Gerber, because he's about 2 seconds behind the 8 machine. Unless the caution was going to come out before the white flag flies, but here we go. The white flag is in the air. 1 lap to go for Kevin Powell. Just 1 more mile to go for the 93 machine to play capture the flag here at Rockingham. Down the backstretch for the final time and into turns 3 and 4. Kevin Powell off of turn number 4, and he will win it here at the Rock. Steve Gerber is going to come home in 2nd. Jonathan Jennings rebounds for a 3rd place finish. Ricky Hudges and Jason Miz round out your top 5, but it's all about our winner here tonight, the 93 of Kevin Powell. He's going to make his way down onto the front stretch and celebrate his win. So he burns out here on the front stretch and celebrates his victory. That's a burnout all the way down the front stretch for the 93 machine, trying to get all the way to turn number 3. Let's take a look at the final results. And Kevin Powell getting the win. Steve Gerber comes home 2nd. Ricky Hudges in 3rd. Jason Miz, Tyler Millette. Kevin Powell gets the win. Steve Gerber, Jonathan Jennings, Ricky Hudges, and Jason Miz make up your top 5. Tyler Millette back in the 6th spot. Justin McMahon rebounds for a 7th place finish. Adam Gardner, Christopher Simon, and Jeremiah Stutzman round out your top 10. Mike Leftwich brings it home 11th with Jackson Lomax in 12th position. Jeffrey Wimmer back in 13th. Chuck Cobb and Daniel Wilkerson your top 15. Chris Leftwich brings it home 16th. Christopher Berger back in 17th. Gary Armijo back in the 18th position. 19th, Kenny Heath and Michael Lester Sr., your 20th position. 21st, Eddie Rivers. Ricky Montgomery back in 22nd. Mike Hayes, 23rd. Matthew Escralia back in 24th. Andrew St. Cyr and Austin McGill round out the field here tonight at Rockingham as we get ready to talk to our top 3 drivers. Starting with our 3rd place finisher, the 91 of Jonathan Jennings. Jonathan, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Man, great run for you here tonight. Led a bunch of laps. Come home in the 3rd position. Looks like those tires paid off there at the end for you, but just not enough to get yourself back up to the front. Unfortunately, I missed the first half of the race due to some issues here, but it looked like towards the end of the race, though, the tires were really starting to give up. Talk about the tire wear. Was that kind of what you were seeing? Is that why that late race caution brought you down pit road?
No, it was a bad time for the caution. It was right before our stage break, and me and Justin's in the race for the championship, so I kind of needed the points. And some guys pitted the first go around, and I lost all my track position. So that was the main issue, working my way back through the traffic.
Well, you did a good job working your way back up through the traffic, up into the 3rd spot. Justin McMahon having some issues there, again, collected in a late race wreck. But the points were the thing. Was that kind of what you were doing tonight? Was just the points racing, trying to get yourself in a shot to win the championship next week at Homestead?
I was trying to just minimize the damage and go into Homestead and just have a good end of the season with Justin. That's at this point, I wouldn't mind him winning it, to be honest. He's a good competitor.
Well, of course, podium's nothing to shake a stick with or stick at, and you're going to have the momentum going into Homestead next week. How do you like your chances next week at Homestead?
Well, Well, I got lucky there last time, so hopefully I can get lucky again.
Well, good luck next week at Homestead. And before I let you go, Jonathan, anyone you want to thank, any shout outs you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, you guys for the broadcast, Daniel and all the admins for the races every week. Shoney's for sponsoring the league, and Kevin on the win, and all my teammates for the teamwork. It's a blast.
Well, again, awesome, man. Congrats on the podium here tonight, a hard fought podium. And good luck next week at the season finale at Homestead.
Thank you.
That was your third place finisher, Jonathan Jennings. Let's bring in your second place finisher, Steve Gerber. Steve, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Josh, how's it going tonight?
Man, it's going well. Looks like he had a pretty good restart on that second to last caution, but just weren't able to hold on to it as Kevin Powell came pounding through there. What was your strategy on that that restart, trying to get yourself out front and hold off the 93, or were you just trying to figure it out as it went?
Yeah, I mean, I knew, yeah, that was going to be a tough restart because I knew Corey was on old tires. Not sure why he didn't pit there, but so I wasn't sure what I was going to do, honestly. And when I saw a little bit of gap there, I just took it. I was like, I gotta go. And then once, once, once Kevin was behind me, he was pushing pretty hard, and I was like, it's too early. I'm just gonna let him go and try to stay behind him. But damn, he was just consistent, fast. I don't know. Especially on that last run, he just drove away. I couldn't do anything.
Yeah, this is a tricky track. A lot of people don't realize how tricky this track is. It's bumpy, it's old, it has a unique line. And the cautions, not too many cautions tonight. Were you kind of hoping for a late race caution there, or try to get yourself another shot there, Kevin?
Oh no, because I think I was like, I got second. I'm like, I don't need to give Jennings a chance to come back up here and to steal a spot from me. So I was like, I'm settled in. I'll take this. So pretty much the last 6 or whatever laps, I was just kind of riding. I just figured nobody's coming to, I'm not going to catch Kevin. So yeah, there wasn't a lot I could do at the end there.
Well, regardless, runner-up is a great race for you here tonight. And how do you like your chances next week going into Homestead?
I like Homestead. That's a tricky track for sure, but there's, a lot of different ways you can run that track. So it's fun. Definitely fun. And especially in the trucks, it's a lot of fun. Some of the other cars, it's not that much fun, but I think trucks, it's a lot of fun.
Well, good luck next week at Homestead. And before we let you go, Steve, anyone you want to thank, any shout outs you got to give here tonight?
Oh, no, shout out to you guys. Shout out to Daniel for putting this league on and doing a good job with this. And yeah, no, appreciate everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congrats on the runner-up, and good luck next week at Homestead.
Thanks, Josh.
So that was your second place finisher, Steve Gerber. Let's bring in your winner here tonight, Kevin Powell. Kevin, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, Josh, how you doing, man?
Man, great run for you here tonight, getting the win. Exciting finish there at the end, as well as Steve Gerber kind of pushed it 3 wide there on that restart, but able to run him down and get the win tonight. You showed so much speed there in the late going there. We had those 4 cautions throughout the race where you kind of in the back of your mind thinking we might be getting another one here, and that was kind of worrying you a little bit, especially with Jennings on those new tires.
Yeah, I'm always worried about late race cautions. They can change so much to a race. Sometimes that's to your benefit, but most of the times, if you're running good up front, it's not a good thing for that to happen. But yes, Jennings, he was fast all night. He's really fast here. That's my teammate, my brother. So I know he's very hard to beat. And yes, I was worried about him, about a caution and having to defend him or even McMahon off.
Well, McMahon got caught up in a little incident earlier. He finished back in 7th. Jennings falling back to the 3rd position here. It gives you a little bit more points going into Homestead. I know you're a little ways out, but how do you like your chances next week at Homestead?
I think if we can capitalize at Homestead, I believe we could possibly get a podium finish, top 3 for the championship, if things work in our favor.
For sure. Well, if you show the speed that you have tonight here next week, We look forward to seeing, and good luck to you next week at Homestead. And before we let you go here tonight, Kevin, anyone you want to thank, any shout-outs you got to give?
Yeah, man. I want to shout out you and Intensity for the broadcasting each week. We love having y'all. Shout out Doghouse, all the admins, and there's a lot of work we put in for this league. Shout out to my teammates, Jonathan, Corey, Hunter, Adam, Jeremiah, Corey. We practice really hard, and yeah, man, that's about all. Oh, and Shoney's our sponsor.
Of course. Well, again, congratulations on the win. Good luck next week at Homestead, and we hope to talk to you again soon.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Have a great night.
You too.
So that was your winner, Kevin Powell, getting the win here tonight at The Rock. Of course, I want to thank everybody for joining in tonight. Again, I apologize for the technical issues there at the beginning of the race, but we worked our way through it. And we look forward to calling the final race of the season next week at Homestead. Don't forget the SCSRA Truck Series will be kicking off here in about a half an hour time. So you're not going to want to miss that. They are racing at Homestead tonight, so that's going to be a little preview, if you will, of next week here in the Shoney's Doghouse League Series. And of course, as always, we want to thank Shoney's, our series sponsor, Butt Kicker, Race EPI. Check out IntensityBroadcasting.com. Of course, check out Tiffany Leftwich's page as well, our halfway sponsor. And as our boy Atlee, Atman Weiss would say, over